stories. Part love. There was a part. The part wanted to get married. The part was lonely because he lived alone. But woman didn't like parts. I will put my part in. That's the only way I can get married. The friend who held back his part got full, so he was able to float in the air. Oh, help me! Phew, I'm on the ground. It's impossible to hold back a part. What should I do? There must be a part lover living somewhere. I look it up. The part arrived at a village after a trip. As soon as he arrived at the village, he parted for joy. But at that time, a woman came up to the part. The woman liked the part. Your part is so long, and it's very cool. My parents love you, your part. That's how the part married a woman. They lived happily ever after. Those of you who hear this story might not be popular because of flaw, but there will be a love for you. Today's story is a field mouse that became a person. Once upon a time, a young gentleman lived in a village. The gentleman was studying hard to take the civil service exam. Then one morning, the gentleman was cutting his nail and toenails that became too long. At this time, the servant approached and advised the gentleman to let his nail wear and throw them away.
Gentlemen, bad things will happen if you throw away your clipped nail anywhere. Make sure to let it wear and throw it away properly.
Oh, this is just nails. It's so annoying. I have to throw it away somewhere in front of the house. So, the gentleman did not listen to his servant and abandoned his nails in front of the house and went out to play. By the way, at that time, a hungry field mouse was passing in front of the gentleman's house. Oh my, I'm so lucky. I'm hungry. I should eat this and build up my stomach. As soon as the field mouse ate the gentleman's nails, the field mouse transformed into a gentleman's shape. I'm so lucky. I should go into this house by pretending to be a gentleman. It's the end of my top days as a field mouse. That night, the gentleman who came home after playing all day was surprised to see someone who looked just like him. I'm the gentleman of this house, and who is that? Look here, don't you see a mole next to my nose? I have a mole here too, and I stayed home all day studying. And who are you? Kick him out. That's how the real gentleman was kicked out of the house. But he happened to meet a monk who was passing by.
I think you was kicked out of the house by a transformed mouse. You didn't study and listen no advice. You deserve to be beaten up.
Monk, please help me once. I'll study well and listen to other people's advice well.
Yeah, you have to do. Then take this cat and go in. And the field mouse's transformed will be cancelled.
When the gentleman entered the house with cat, the field mouse's transform is cancelled.
The gentleman who kicked the freed mouse out of the house studied hard and passed the civil service exam. For those who are listening to this story, ever acted however you wanted without listening to the advice from people around you? Even if it's unknowing, you also need an attitude to listen to people's advice. Today's story is The Giving Tree. There was a tree in a village. The tree loved the boy who came to play with it. The boy would sit under a tree and tell his story or eat apples falling from the tree. The boy also fell in love with tree because he spent a lot of time with it. But over time, the boy grew up and no longer found the tree. Then one day, the boy suddenly came to the tree, and the tree was so happy to see him.
Welcome! Let's talk like we used to. Eat apples and have fun together. Tree, I'm older than that. I need some money rather than that. Could you possibly help me?
The tree dropped a lot of apples for the boy and laughed. The boy who took the apples didn't come back for a long time. And as the boy's wing grew bigger, he came back to the tree.
Tree, I have to feed the sheep this time. Could you perhaps give me this stem?
The tree gave away its big stem for the boy in love again. But the tree was happy. A lot of time went by again. Now the tree and the boy are too old. The boy came back to the tree completely old. The tree still welcomed the boy.
Welcome, boy. I have nothing more to offer you. Is that okay? Tree, I'm so old now that I don't want anything more. I just need a place to sit and relax.
The tree gave the boy his space so that he could sit down and rest. The boy sat at the base of the tree and began to tell the story of his life. The tree became happy to finally be with the boy. Those of you who hear this story or think what I have right now is so precious, but giving away what I have is also happiness. Today's story is Heart Dunk. One day, a basketball tournament was held in a village. Hart also likes basketball, so he wanted to participate. I'm not good at basketball, but I'm going to participate. The Hart also applied for the basketball tournament. He started practicing basketball. Scoring is difficult for a small me. What do I do? Okay, let's start and jump. When he partied, he jumped enough to dunk. The part had practiced dunking before the competition. Good. No one can stop my dunk. The part started to score goals with dunks. He quickly beat people. Only the finals remain. I can win this time too. Take my ball. Yeah. The dunk worked in the finals too. The part won and became popular. Those of you who hear this story will have a lot of hardships too. Sometimes the unexpected can help.